Hi, you're watching NRL from the Sidelines with Tom, Brian and Steve, and as we do it every time this week, we're going to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played. Gentlemen, how are you? Brian is in a stupor. Brian is, and we'll talk about why. Brian, I have a problem.
Oh, what's your problem, Steve?
I thought we agreed as a group that we would not promote our own clubs.
First week he doesn't. First week he doesn't. Listen to him.
Look at what he's wearing.
First week you haven't. That's really disappointing.
You're not part of the team.
I was almost going to use a word, but I think that might actually be a bit divisive at the moment. Anyway.
Oh.
Speaking of divisive.
So you can ask me how I am?
I did.
And you didn't answer.
Well, because you dominated the conversation.
Oh, okay.
It's Women in League round, and I'm so happy, and we should celebrate it.
Exactly.
There you go.
Okay.
We stop now?
But are you okay? No.
That's the only good thing about this week.
I'm going to change things around a little bit. This last week has had a few things happen. Okay, and so let's get them out of the way. So I want to talk about the football because there were some great games over the weekend. There really was some great games. So I want to talk about that. But let's get the controversy out of the way first. Yeah?
Sure.
We agreed? Good.
Yep.
Two issues we need to talk about. The Tigers loss and the Manly Rainbow inclusive jersey.
Yep.
But let's start with the Tigers, just so you have something to talk about.
Well, this is where you guys will attack me.
Because you're wrong, but go on, please.
All right. So, for those that are watching, everybody knows the Tigers lost a match in the last minute of the game.
Well,
last second of the game.
Last second of the game, when short kickoff, a Tigers player ran a Cowboys player off the ball.
Without even seeing him, by the way, but keep going.
Ran a Cowboys player off the ball, therefore constituting a penalty. Which, of course, the Cowboys challenged and won, and they kicked the goal and won the game. There's no controversy at all.
Well, there is, because actually the kickoff was illegal.
Yeah,
the kickoff was illegal.
Yeah, he was on the wrong side of the line
he
when he
actually
kicked it.
crossed the wrong side of the line when he kicked the
And
ball.
I think Tamo was going to challenge that because he'd seen it on the replay.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Annesley came out and dissected the whole process, and but in the end, what did he say? He said there was no penalty there.
Oh, yeah, but then again, Annesley comes out half the time and says, oh, they got this wrong, that was right, and we all know as fans that it was wrong.
But often that's to the defence of his refs. This time he didn't defend his ref.
How can you defend the Tigers running a player off the ball when the Tigers player was in front and was not looking? He might have heard something.
He changed his line.
No, he didn't.
He was following the ball. He was looking at the ball. He saw the ball, and he was following the line.
Look, all I'm suggesting is it is a stupid rule anyway.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is bump into the back of a player and fall over, and you get a penalty.
But that's where common sense needs to be installed.
But there is no common sense. Any rule that is not black and white, which is why we all hate the six again, because it is not black and white, is a referee interpretation.
Correct.
If there is any rule that is open to interpretation, it can be criticised and attacked.
Yep.
Therefore, and this is one of those rules.
Yep.
I saw that player move across. Now, he might have been following the ball, but he still changed his line with a player coming straight at him.
I think Feld actually shoulder charged him in order to get bumped off.
When they talk about players changing the line, he ran an arc. Okay, and
I think I know what changing a line means, Steve.
I don't think you do, because he ran an arc.
My goodness.
He didn't run an arc and then lean one way
He was
and
looking
then
at the
step
ball.
another.
He was following the ball.
Kyle Felt, by the way, ran up behind him and leaned into him.
Yep, because he knew what he was about. He knew exactly what he was doing.
You could see the look on his face
He got up and
afterwards. The
smiled.
smile out on his face. He knew.
The other thing that really annoys me is that the ref had the chance to blow the whistle. Apparently, there's two whistles. There's a soft whistle, which I never heard
that's
about,
rubbish. That's the
to
first
stop
time
the
anyone's
ball.
heard of it.
Stop the ball, and then he's had to blow his funny whistle tone. That's a technicality that nobody would even think about.
No one knows about
he had
that.
the right to say, "Game over, all over, Tigers win."
If there was 2 more seconds in the game,
Yep.
they would have played the ball, and we're not having this conversation.
that's
because
right.
there would not have been that stoppage.
Yes.
To say there's two whistles at the end is rubbish.
There's 80 minutes to win a game, and they didn't.
It was 80 minutes when
played
he
for
when he
80
blew the
minutes.
whistle.
80 minutes, no.
He blew the whistle,
Anyway.
soft
No,
whistle, and
We
then
could
soft
argue this
whistle,
all
I
day.
would say.
2-1, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
correct.
let's talk
That's
about
the usual, I'm right, but yeah.
let's talk about the other issue that is happened the last couple of days, where Manly have come out with a jersey to celebrate inclusivity, and I don't want this to be political. We all have our own thoughts on it. No, I'm concerned, as I know you are, for the Manly players who are now going to sit on the sidelines.
Well, they're
not even going to sit on the sidelines. They're not allowed to.
New report, there's been threats made against the players, and the police have advised the club to remove those players from the ground.
See, the club should never have put these players in this
situation. So the inclusive nature of the game is now that those players can't go to the game.
Yeah. Well, that's very inclusive.
Well, it's because the police fear a riot.
Yeah, and I can't blame them.
No.
I don't know what you'd like me to say about that, Steve. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that the club chose to go that way. Yep. I've heard it was everywhere. Everyone from the Pens to marketing to the previous chief executive to
Hugh Jackman
to the jersey manufacturer. A million different people are being blamed for it.
Yep.
I think the disappointing thing is that it was sprung on the players, for lack of a better word. Manly didn't even have an Anzac jersey this year.
And there's almost a year in planning, apparently.
Yeah. You can't not. I don't think you can not. You can blame the players for the jersey that was presented to them to wear when the club and Manly are notoriously bad at it. I think we've had 6 jerseys this year. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the disappointing thing for me was the way that the clubs handled the fallout of that.
Yep.
So no ownership, no board members, no one came out in support of the players except the coach and the captain.
Yep.
And when they were asked about that, it was, we were asked to, and we agreed to.
And check that with management. I don't know what management says.
Yeah. I think that's pretty poor.
It probably didn't help that your CEO's about to start on Monday.
Yeah, I know.
And that because maybe had he been there a week before,
you might not,
maybe something else would have happened.
They might not have a CEO, but I tell you what, they have other managers of other departments. They have
absolutely.
And where's Scott Penn? I mean, he's overseas, but he still should have got online to say something about this.
This has been badly handled, and I can tell you now, it'll probably derail Manly's season.
Yep.
Starting this week.
And you know what? On a side, the players that have chosen to step down, I don't think you can be forced to go against your conscience.
No,
in any circumstance. So I understand that it's going to hurt the club tremendously.
Yeah.
But I support that the players have taken the stance to stand with their conscience.
And some of those people who are condemning the players right now did not condemn an AFL female player when she would not wear it at a round earlier in the year.
Right.
Yep.
Did not condemn a cricket player who said, no, it's against my religion, I won't support it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
you can't have it both ways.
It's a political statement.
Weapon.
And personally, everything that's on the jerseys normally is advertising or team club related stuff. Yeah. This is a political advertisement. I mean, even Indigenous Round and Anzac Day celebrate something in our culture that is a celebration
and has a long, deep history and connection to people.
And look, I don't really have a problem with the jersey itself, but we can't be condemning the players, and they're the ones I feel sorry for.
You agree? As we kind of discussed off air, I don't really like the jersey.
Yeah. I don't like Manly jerseys, but that one's not bad.
Yeah. So, it's not about the jersey, and we shouldn't be attacking the players because of it.
No. Okay, let's move on.
Yep.
Broncos 36 defeated Eels 14 on the Thursday night game last week.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with the Eels.
I think
up and down.
As I said online, put a fork in them.
They're done, you reckon?
They're done.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? They've beaten Penrith this year. They've beaten Manly this year.
That was 2 good games.
Very early.
No, I get that. Yeah. But they can do it.
Well, but the other teams have developed. They haven't developed. They're actually going backwards.
Yeah.
And somebody said that Brad Arthurs has been in the game 9 years.
Yep.
Maybe they all know everything, all his tricks, everything, and they're just there's nothing new.
Well, Wayne's been in it for 30-odd years and they still haven't found.
Or maybe he reinvents himself. Maybe Brad isn't.
Yeah, but I was reading today that, or the other week, that a lot of the fall in form in Parramatta is blamed on Reid Mahoney. I'm thinking, if you're going to blame one player out of that team...
Yeah, it's a bit of an issue.
Well, I mean, Moses is inconsistent. He can be absolutely sensational one week.
You're not allowed to criticise Moses on the show because we have listeners who
if you let me
don't
finish,
like us.
If you actually let me finish, he can be sensational one week, and then other weeks he's average. You know, and that's not putting him down. That's simply saying he doesn't lead the team around the way he's supposed to. The way he's meant to.
Yeah. What do you want to say about the Broncos? Are they the real?
They're scary.
Real deal?
They're scary.
Well,
I think they're scary.
I keep waiting for the wheels to fall off.
It's not going to happen, I don't think.
I don't understand why they're going so well.
That young up-and-coming halfback.
He's a good little halfback, isn't he?
That young halfback, yeah.
Yeah, he's saying he's trying to poach him.
I kind of, what? I hate the Broncos. I hate that their first ever game was against Manly and they thumped us. And I've hated them ever since. But I just want...
Long memory, Brian.
I just want that young up-and-coming halfback to lead that team to a comp so that he can rub Cooper Cronk's face in it and say, see?
Yeah, but he was complaining.
I don't.
He was complaining about the Rabbitohs as much as he was complaining about Adam Reynolds.
Oh, he was complaining about Reno, let me just tell you.
I don't want him to have to go that far. All right, let's move on to Dragons 20 defeated the Sea Eagles 6. The first of many Eagles losses, I think.
I was really surprised at this. I thought they were really disappointing. The Eagles were disappointing.
Yeah, look, they were. I thought this was a terribly biased ref game.
Who was the ref?
Oh, I don't know.
Sutton?
No. At the point where Manly turned the corner and several weeks ago, and the penalties were going 50-50. These penalties were 9-4 against. And they were all at crucial moments in the game.
Yeah.
And look, and I'm not suggesting it's the ref's fault, because your team has to be resilient enough to come back from that.
Exactly.
The Dragons were not 14 points better, and this was a terrible game. That's all I have to say.
All right. Then we'll leave it at that, because I know how much you're hurting.
I am hurting.
And I remember a few weeks ago I offered you to get out of our bet, but I'm not letting you get out now.
Just so in case people don't know, the bet is that whoever finishes below between these two have to wear the opposition jersey. And I can't wait.
And I have one that will fit Brian perfectly. Roosters 42 defeated the Knights 12.
Yeah, less said about that, the better. Next.
Well,
yeah, look, the Knights came out pretty well for the first 15 minutes, and but then they did lose Ponga fairly early. It was an unfortunate event. I think he stepped, and while I think Lodge has been known to be a little bit loose with his arms, I don't know that you could blame him too much for that. It was just unfortunate.
I want to hear Steve's comments, please, Steve. Can we blame Lodge?
No, I don't think so, because I think it came off the ball.
I'm not sure if it came off the ball, but either way, it wasn't significant enough to warrant the amount of effect that it had on Ponga.
No, but when he did go down, you saw his head bounce.
Yep. And he got up and he was in a daze.
Yeah.
And they're talking about Kiri, so they need to give the same attention to Ponga, because he's had a lot of.
They're talking Ponga out to the end of the year. He's gone for the year.
I think. Look, they've got nothing to gain by keeping him there, because they're not going to make the finals.
Well, maybe they could buy Reece Walsh.
Oh, that's another story we want to get to. Yeah.
We will.
All right.
Yeah.
Raiders 26, Warriors 14.
You didn't say how good the Roosters were. That was sensational.
This was a great game.
You just said it.
Fine. Okay.
This was a great game. I really liked this game.
It was a good game.
And
14-0 at half-time.
And then the Warriors fell over.
A game of two halves.
I don't know. What do you say about other
What about the
Raiders
injury
coming?
report?
The coach.
The coach tore his calf.
I tell you,
Too much celebrating.
Are we right to be concerned about the Raiders, though? Because they really only play one half of football most weeks.
Well,
This is not uncommon where they go behind,
Yeah.
or they go ahead and then fall over in the second half.
Yeah.
they were really good against Melbourne the week before, though, for the full 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's a bit of a mindset. They just thought they'd come out and thump the Warriors, but
there are years when you say if you get to the finals, you don't want to be playing Manly. You know, I mean, it's not going to happen this year, but I think this
might happen.
There are years. This is a year, I think, where you don't really want to face the Raiders in the first week of the semis.
No,
because I honestly think they'll be up for it.
Yeah,
if they get there.
All right, Panthers 20, Sharks 10.
Sharks are very competitive. I think, you know. Yeah, I thought they were extremely competitive.
Again, they were ahead 10-0, I think.
Yep.
They got a lot. They got a lot of rub of the green in that first 15, 20 minutes. The Sharks.
Right.
Yeah. And I actually thought, I was a little bit worried there for a minute. I thought the Panthers were going to be gone. And then
But they're patient. You know, I've said that for 2 seasons.
They play the full 80
patient.
minutes. And Luai's out for the season.
For 8 weeks.
The semis, yeah.
That can't be bad.
Can't be good. Poor Luai. Gee, you're a hater. You really are.
Well...
Yeah, and listen, none of us are going to be... Well, actually, no.
We don't play
One of us might be meeting...
Penrith.
No, we won't. No, none of us are meeting Penrith round 1, the semi, so it's okay.
No.
That's all right.
No, not going to happen.
Yeah, so...
Unless we go on a massive run.
I think they just put the Sharks in where they belong. They're coming up against... When they've come up against the good teams... Oh, mind you, they did beat the Cowboys the week before.
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Go the Panthers. So a little bit of vomit got stuck in my throat.
Rabbitohs 24, Storm 12. I was so happy about this result. Having won for last 7 games, they've beaten us 31 out of the last 36 games or something or other. And thank goodness the Bunnies won.
Playing a B-grade team.
What do you mean a B-grade team?
What do you mean?
See, I got the response I wanted. Yeah.
It shows.
They bite.
Please.
Yeah.
No, look, I thought South were good in this game. They played the full 80 minutes. There were some parts of the game that seemed to get bogged down.
Yep.
But they always had the Storm's measure.
How significant is Pappenhausen to that team then?
Oh, hugely.
Yep. He makes it.
But I can't believe that's all they're missing. There's because the Storm's defence the last few weeks has been
average.
Yep.
It really has.
But also, they said Jesse Bromwich, I think, ran 8 runs for 53 metres or something. Yeah. He's really down on form.
It just felt like they didn't have any traction, and it's felt like that for a while. They've played... several months ago, they played Newcastle, and they scored, 50 points in, 30 minutes. That was just a phenomenal display of football.
Yep.
Since that game, they haven't been able to get their defence right.
Yep.
They've played in patches and been good in patches.
Yep.
But yeah, like you said, the Souths played the full 80. They were deserved winners, Steve.
Yeah. And Latrell's been good. I mean,
I tell you what, your comment about Latrell being lazy because he didn't run the ball up and he passed it when he caught it.
Yeah. Well, he's lazy.
It was a little bit over the top.
He is lazy. The thing about Latrell I used to say was he only needed to play 30% of the game and do something spectacular, and he earned his money. He's doing the same thing now, but he's not a fullback.
No
he
chance.
Is not a fullback.
No. I disagree. In that game, before that incident that you are talking about, he actually propped twice, just in a couple of minutes beforehand, and you could see that he was carrying a leg injury. Mate, no way. You don't have your star fullback hit the ball up when he's busted.
I'm not suggesting he has to hit the ball up.
But half the time fullbacks will pass to a winger or something and need to take the ball up. It doesn't matter.
But when there's a line break, the fullback should be in position, and he wasn't in position a couple of times.
The only time he wasn't
he's carrying an injury.
The only time he wasn't in position...
He should be off the field then.
When Melbourne scored their first try.
Yep.
I can't remember who it was. Marion Sevi ran through, and he was nowhere to be seen. So I don't know where he was at that point, but...
But you see him a lot of times. He catches the ball, passes to the winger. Catches the ball, pass to the winger. To me, he's lazy.
Please.
But then again, but having said that, he's brilliant as well, and maybe he only needs to play 30%.
Are you going to say that it's 2-1 and he's wrong?
Yes, 2-1. You're wrong.
All right.
I can live with that.
Bulldogs 36, Titans 26. Bulldogs looked like they were going to score 1 million, and then all of a sudden the Titans came back.
Should have led in 26 points, really.
I mean, this is a high-scoring game.
And when you look at it, was it 2 or 3 runaway tries from
Adokar?
I tell you, when Burton made that break, and I went, "What's this flashing up behind him?"
Yeah.
It was Joe the Fox. He was incredibly fast. And apparently he set a new year record for the speed. It was like 38 kilometres an hour. My car goes 38 kilometres an hour.
Just.
Yeah. Jeez.
Can I say that the Dogs are getting a couple more players next year?
Yeah. Kick out. Marnie. Who's no good, apparently.
According to Parramatta supporters.
And I tell you what, they will be a top 8 team next year.
And I think they're still in the market for other players as well.
I think they will be a top 8 team.
Big call.
What do we think about...
Amarillo's playing so well.
But I'll tell you, but it will depend. A lot will come down to the coach. So apparently, the rumours are that they've now signed this miracle coach who can coach any team to a premiership, Seraldo. Well, everybody's after him.
I know.
2016, we beat them. These reserve grade side. Anyway, he was the coach of the reserve grade side.
So, yeah. Anyway.
What do we think about Woodell's eye gouge, 5 weeks?
Oh, seriously? How did he get 5 weeks for that?
Yeah, I didn't think it was an eye gouge.
I don't even think he was trying to gouge. He needed to move his hand.
He shouldn't have grabbed his head.
He should have grabbed his head and then released, but he didn't. He kept going. But 5 weeks? Are you kidding me?
Did anybody see Tom Dearden? His tackle?
Yeah.
Finger up the eye. Not even a mention of it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I thought that was much more deliberate.
Sorry, can we just go back to the Panthers game too? Sorry.
Sure. What would you like to say about the Panthers game?
I told my wife I would not get fired up on any topic today. So Dale Finucane.
All right. Yep.
When he hit Crichton, what are your thoughts, gentlemen?
I thought it was careless, and I'm okay with 2 weeks.
Right. You?
I think he was careless in the way he ran in and didn't think about what the consequences could have been. It was in the end it was a head clash.
What the heck are you talking about? The bloke ran in. What is he supposed to go? He's like, I'm going to make a tackle here, but boys, just stop for a moment. I've got to make a tackle. And then politely, gotcha. Seriously.
I know people are saying it was just a clash of heads.
It was just a clash.
But what I want you to consider is how he finished. After it was a clash of heads, his arm was swinging this way. Man, he went in with intent.
He was going in to absolutely destroy him. But you can't judge intent, is what you keep telling me. You keep saying you can't judge intent.
And you can't judge intent, but that's what they've done.
And they judged on injury too. Had he not had a split ear and had to go and get practice surgery, I don't think he would have got as badly.
They should have said, keep your arm down next time, boy.
Right. Well, while we're going back, so let's talk about how great the Roosters were, hey?
No, we're not going back to that.
No. Cowboys 27, Tigers 26. What a great game! This actually,
it was a good
up
game.
until the last couple of seconds, was a very good game.
It was a tragedy. I remember I was a little on delay, and you said, "That's disgraceful. That's shameful." I'm going, I can't wait to get to this bit.
Well, I'm satisfied that the right team won because they did.
Because you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Apparently, as we've discussed.
When you watch these games, do you do it with your eyes open or are they painted on?
He's a radio guy, you know.
That's right.
All right, who wants to do the ladder?
Me, my turn.
I'm not doing the ladder again.
All right, top of the pops is Panthers on 36, a clear 8-point difference to the Cowboys. In 28, the Sharks in 28, the Broncos round out the 4 and 26. You've now got 3 teams on 24, the Storm, the Rabbitohs, the Eels, and rounding out the 8 are the mighty Sydney Roosters.
And Manly, we're both 20, we're equal.
Sorry, you're not in the 8. We won't,
not
in the 8.
Well, let me just tell you, we won't be equal after this week.
You're not in the 8.
So 4 teams on the 8, all vying for... 4 teams on 20 points, all vying for that 8 spot. The Roosters, the Sea Eagles, the Raiders, and the Dragons. Bulldogs way down on 12 points. Warriors and Knights also on 12 points. The Titans on 8. And the West Tigers also on 8. Should be on 10. There you go.
Given what you've seen over this weekend, who's dropping out of the top 11? Who's not making the 8?
Dragons.
And?
Roosters.
And?
Raiders. No, I actually think Parramatta are gone.
They've got a long way to fall.
2 games.
What, 6 games to go, you've got...
And they've got a really tough run.
They won't make it. In all seriousness, I don't think Parramatta will make the 8.
You've got a soft run at the end, haven't you? You've got a fairly soft run at the end, which is going to be good for you.
That's a big call.
Yeah.
What, the Parramatta won't make the 8?
Yeah.
I'll bet your South's jersey on it.
No. I'm not.
You want another one? You have to wear 2 of them, do you?
I'm not giving up that bet for anything. I gave you
Make the bet, and then you have to wear a beanie and a scarf and socks and shorts.
Gentlemen, Sea Eagles versus the Roosters Thursday night.
I'm nervous.
Oh, why?
I am nervous.
You're going to win by 40.
Well, I'd like to think you were right, but I'll be happy. I'll be happy with a comfortable win.
I tell you what, I'm so confident you're going to win by a big score. I'm going to put Roosters by 30 in the tipping competition.
Oh, you just said 40.
Yeah, I know, but Manly might actually give some defence. So I'm going to say by 30.
Brian? Manly by 2. We've got. Let's face it. We've got the 7 players out. Apparently, there's an 8th that doesn't want to play. Plus, I've just learnt that Kepi is definitely out, and most likely Marty Tapau.
That's a blow.
We're only down 10 players.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Roosters 2020 and 2021.
You didn't even lose that many players for State of Origin. So
we're out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Manly by plenty. 2.
And Tom?
Yes, the Roosters. Comfortable. 10, 12.
Warriors versus Storm on Friday night.
Storm by a lot.
Storm.
This will get them back.
This
is at Mount Smart too, by the way.
Can I just say that there's a chance the Warriors are going to win this?
Yes, there is a chance. There is a chance. Yep. But they need to play for 80 minutes. That's their problem.
Because Manly aren't playing for 80 minutes. Sorry, Sally.
When does Nofaluma...
she back to the Storm.
Yeah. You said Manly.
Sorry. You said Manly.
When does Nofaluma join them?
Oh, yeah. Let's not talk about that.
You're right. I'm changing my tip to the Warriors. Steve just convinced me.
No, look, now, people are going to bleed about Matt Lodge. Matt Lodge didn't have a club to go to. We picked him up.
No,
we didn't. He wasn't going to another club.
If Nofaluma was going to Melbourne next year, and they said, look, you can go early, I've got no problem with that.
But why is Nofaluma going to Melbourne?
Honestly? Because Melbourne are running out of players, apparently.
And so we
I know a club that's got 10 out.
We pander to the Storm like nothing else.
Well,
honestly,
look, you know what?
And the same thing happened with the Panthers.
Sally said it. They did to the Panthers as well.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. I don't agree with that either.
No, I don't agree with it.
No.
Yeah, I'm on the Warriors. Steve, you convinced me.
Well, you know, Sally will be on the Warriors, of course.
Yep.
Because she never tips her team.
All right, Eels and Panthers. This should be a good game.
You know what?
This is the Eels season.
If you think that the Roosters are going to win by 30, I wish I could put the Panthers by 30, because I don't think the Eels will come anywhere near them. It'll be daylight.
No Luai.
Yeah,
it'll be daylight.
Lulu's a good player. I don't think he's that critical to that team. They'll have people they can put in his place.
Yeah,
like that
Sullivan's coming.
Sullivan's Falls.
Yeah.
Even that
Sullivan's
Falls
coming.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So you're both going Panthers?
Yep. Obviously you
Panthers.
are. Yeah, I'm going Panthers.
Yep.
Titans and Raiders.
You know,
this will be a good joke around, to be honest. This will be a great joke around.
The betting on this game is surprising.
I'll play my joker.
The betting on this game is surprisingly close, but the Raiders will win this in a gallop.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Sadly, the Titans have got nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
And they've now got a vaping non-player who.
Oh, that's just ridiculous. Why would you do that at halftime
and actually put it on social media? I mean,
if you want to go out for a smoke, that's your own business.
Do people don't think that they're going to be seen?
Yeah. I know. People don't look at social media. You realise that, don't
goodness.
you? There's so much on there.
Just defies belief.
All right.
Honestly.
It really does. Sharks and Rabbitohs.
Sharks. Well, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
but you jumped to it very quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I need the Rabbitohs to lose, so I'm being very open about that. I need the Rabbitohs to continue to lose, so we can be in the 8.
I know. I've picked the Sharks.
Yep. So I can't remember who I picked, but I want the Sharks.
You're tipping with your heart, not your head, obviously.
No. The only thing that's worrying, I would pick the Sharks with confidence if Finucane was playing. I think that he adds starch to the defensive line. Yep. I'm worried about Finucane out and Latrell playing so well.
I think Bunnies are going to win this. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good game, but I think the Bunnies can win this.
Shark Park. I think that's a slight edge.
Yeah, that'll be why I'm going.
Slight edge.
Broncos and Tigers.
Tigers have been playing well, but I don't think they're going to beat the Broncos.
They're not going to beat the Broncos.
No.
Who's that young halfback that's playing for the Broncos? Because he seems to be doing well.
Apparently he was a Souths junior. You let him go, did you?
Yeah.
No, he was never a South junior. He might have played for...
As Ray Warren said, the kid from Redfern.
Yeah. Well, maybe he grew up in Redfern somewhere, but...
The kid from Redfern.
So do we think the Tigers can play as well as they did last week?
Doesn't matter.
Look, I think putting Dewey in the halves has made a huge difference. I think Hastings is a little bit wasted in the lock position,
Agreed.
but you can't have 3 into 2.
I'd probably switch him. I'd play Dewey at lock.
Would you drop Brooks
Yep.
and keep Dewey and Hastings as half?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good combination.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
So would I.
Did you hear the Benji's after Teddy?
Yeah.
And Aaron Woods.
Yeah, and Moses. Yeah, but he wants to get the old band back together.
Yeah,
he wants to get the fullback, the halfback. You know.
Mate, if he manages to get Mitchell Moses to that club and Teddy, it'll be hats off. It doesn't matter whether he's a good coach or not.
He won't get Teddy, but he might get Mitchell Moses.
Yeah.
You never know.
No, Teddy will retire at the Roosters.
Teddy won't.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see him go back.
Yeah.
I could stop hating on him then.
You know who they might get though? Luke Keary. Because I don't think Keary's got a position in him in the next 12 months or so.
Well, he doesn't, but
He does.
I feel for the guys the same as Kalen Ponga. Like, I'm actually really worried about these guys with head knocks.
Yeah.
Mate, to be perfectly honest, it's a football game. You're talking about
The Roosters
life.
love Keary. They're not going to get rid of him.
They will.
Anyway,
And besides, it's always going to be thumbing the noses at the Rabbitohs.
No. Don't care.
so we're all on the Bronx.
Sure.
Knights and Bulldogs.
Dogs.
Dogs
Yeah,
Addo Carter score at least 4 tries.
against the Knights,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. All right. Dragons, Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah.
I'm,
I think.
I'm leaning Dragons.
Oh wow.
Why? It's at home, so
Yeah.
the Dragons aren't going to win.
You want the Cowboys to win.
I know I want the Cowboys to win, but I'm leaning Dragons. I really am. The Cowboys were that disappointing against the Tigers. Because you got to remember, Tigers are coming stone motherless. Like, they're hopeless.
Yeah.
And and they lost the week before to the Sharks. That aura is gone. Yeah, they've got flashes of goodness, but...
Did you say the Tigers or the Dragons?
No.
You said the Tigers. Did you mean the Dragons?
No, last week,
Oh, okay.
Cowboys... So they played the Sharks
right.
and got thumped.
Yep.
Yeah.
They played the Tigers, and according to 2 people out of 3 on the table, they shouldn't have won. I don't know.
Seriously.
I don't know. I'm leaning towards
The Dragons. They're Cowboys for me.
Cowboys for me too.
Yep.
I didn't convince you.
No. Okay, let's do the footy tips. So the top 10 hasn't really changed much.
The top 10 isn't going to change.
The 3 of us are so far down it doesn't matter. We're not
Yeah,
going
but
to get
I'm
there.
ahead of you.
You're ahead, but I haven't played my
You're
Joker.
Joker. Yeah, this week's the week.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's getting close.
I'll tell you who the Joker
I'll
is.
tell you what.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, stop watching for a second, please.
Yeah.
We're going to have a private conversation.
Yeah, mate.
Out of these guys in the top 10,
Yeah.
which one of them do you think really knows anything about football? Because I tell you what, it's so common that people who don't know anything about football.
Oh, Brennan does. The Roosters.
Bren might. So Seto's got no idea.
Dave
He's
King.
got no idea.
Yeah, Seto watches like 1 game a week,
Yeah.
if that.
I love the fact that people who know nothing can be up there.
I don't know who
Sally would have
Sally
an idea.
knows.
I don't know who Saint Mick is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dylan's in Tassie and doesn't watch the rugby league anymore. Oh, Brighton 75.
I don't know who any of these other people are.
Well, Gordon, I think. Gordon follows Parramatta.
So of the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we've got 2 maybe. Far out.
Oh, it's funny. And yet, we experts,
Correct. Yes,
we just let them
I don't call
win.
myself an expert.
I do.
I know you do.
Oh,
KC
yeah.
Supercoach, Robbie's random streaking away.
Hang on. Robbie's. Oh, I didn't play him last week. I played. Who did I play
Yeah,
this week?
you won last week. You moved up into third.
Yeah, darn right. I got a good team at the moment.
Glizzy of Doom, McManly, Grinners, Fitzmagic, Rory's Crocs.
Hang on. Grinners. Hang on. Didn't Grinners play you last week, Steve?
And I won.
Hang on.
I did.
Well, what are you doing?
I won last week.
Thunder's gone.
Hey,
you know what an expert is, don't you?
I was just as surprised last week.
You know what an expert is, don't you?
Yeah, but you're not going to say it because that's rude.
A drip under pressure.
You're rude. That's what you are. Rude. All right.
All right, and next week I'm Rabbitohs against Stormy May, Robbie's randoms against Glizzy of Doom, Nelly Eels and Grinners, Fitzmagic and Rory's, and McManly against Croz's crew. Be careful, you may lose that one.
What? Corey Parker's going to beat me?
Yeah.
Is that the sun coming up?
Look, just because you've got no idea, mate. This is really
it's
good.
not no ideas, no interest.
Well, you should have an interest.
Harvey Norman.
It's actually fun.
This is part of our show. You need to be part of this.
Yeah, I listen when you boring stuff when you talk about the Roosters.
It's not boring. It's wonderful.
Have you got anything intelligent you want to end the show with? And I did say intelligent, so let's not talk about Tigers.
I'm going to continue to support my club, and I'm not turning in my membership. As apparently some are.
Good for you.
Some are, apparently.
Really? Oh, how ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tom, anything you want to add?
No, it's been a difficult week for Rugby League, particularly for Manly. And you know, look, we banter about how we hate each other's teams, and we do. But I think Manly have been through the ringer, and I feel for the club, and I feel for the players who have been let down.
Bounce back to the grand final now. Go Eagles.
And then he goes and says something like that to totally disenfranchise us from any support we want to give him.
And can you not wear abusive language on your shirt? I
don't. Oh, can I show that cap? Can I quote that cap?
You're watching NRL from the Sidelines with Tom, Brian and Steve, and we thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll do it all again next week.
See ya. Bye.